working in your groups before the coffee break, if we could concentrate on the 5 W's. So the question is, why? Why engage students as co-creators? Why are students useful as change agents? Have you got that piece there, challenge list? Who's got it? Is it yours, Sylvia? I think in your meeting yesterday you produced a chart of challenges. All right, so this was the survey analysis, yeah? Okay. Sorry, I should have warned you beforehand. It's been put away safe by the looks of it. This is one prepared early, as we say. I'll let Sarah hold it up. Have people seen this? Has this been shared with? So people have seen it, oh yeah. So there was this page you produced yourselves from your survey of the challenges you felt you had. It may be useful for you to look at the why. So why engage students as change agents? And how could that address some of these issues? Student demotivation, falling in rates, finance, staff demotivation, and so on. How could engaging students as change agents help you address some of those issues? So that's the why. So it would be interesting if you tell us and tell each other, well, why would we do this? Why would we engage students? So what objectives have we got for engaging students? Okay. What do we think that means? As you saw from those examples, there's different ways of doing it. So what do we think that means, engaging students? Okay. When should it happen? There's some logistics challenges. A colleague earlier mentioned about the challenge of process and detail. Well, there is some detail here. When do you engage students? One example Sarah's working on for us now is engaging our current students in helping us learn from their experience as being students. Of course, the worst students to ask are the best students to ask are the ones who are finishing, because they've experienced the whole course. But they're often the worst students to ask as well, because it's not in their interest to change it. They're leaving. It doesn't matter for them. So when you do it, it's quite important. Do you ask people when they come in? After a year? After 2 years? When's the best time to do this? Okay. Or do you just ask them when you're going to change the curriculum every 3 or 5 years? Okay. So when should it happen? Where should it happen? As you saw from those examples, the liquid cafe. So there's different spaces, as we talked about in the agenda. So where are these spaces, open spaces? Could it be virtual? So where should this happen, this student engagement? Our students, of course, would do it on Facebook and tweeting and all this continuously, if you ask them, probably. But where's the best place for this to happen? Okay, and who should be involved? One of the most interesting things on your chart there for me was staff demotivation you felt was an issue. So should we be involving staff in this? Does this motivate staff, having to consult with their students? Okay. Or do it demotivate them? And what should it feel like if you're an academic member of staff consulting your students? Should that be a motivational thing or not? Which may be a factor of the other ones of why you're doing it and how it's done. Okay. So if you could focus on those maybe, and we'll come round with maybe some stick-it notes and other things, and if we aim for 3 o'clock, and then have maybe some people on each table, if you could elect somebody maybe to give some feedback to colleagues. We won't necessarily ask you to stand out here. You can do it from the table. Give you the microphone. So if we could feedback at 3 o'clock, and then maybe after coffee, look at the more tricky one of, well, how are you going to do it then when you go back to your institutions? Yeah? Is that okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Sorry. I hate using microphones.